President Trump's proposed budget calls for $1.6 billion for his wall on the border with Mexico. That'll be enough to build just 74 miles of wall. Now, covering the entire border would cost more than $20 billion. And would that even be enough to keep the border secure? Joining me now, Mike Fisher, former chief of the U.S. Border Patrol. And Mike, I want to start here. What is the most effective tool or tools needed to help border agents do their jobs, and how does a border wall factor into that equation?
Well, thank you, Arthel. Well, first of all, it is not just one thing. Certainly a wall has value, or a fence has value. The biggest, to achieve the objective, one of the main requirements is achieving situational awareness. And what a border wall will do in some very heavily, densely populated areas, high traffic areas, it'll provide the Border Patrol the ability to buy back the tactical advantage of time. What that means is when you have from the point of entry to the point of assimilation, that point of assimilation could be a vehicle, it could be a house, that is seconds to minutes. Anytime that you can extend that time into minutes and hours, what that does is it provides the Border Patrol to increase the probability of apprehension, increase the probability of seizures, and to be more effective. So a wall does play a part, but along with technology, along with Border Patrol agents, seasoned, there will never be a replacement for the trained Border Patrol agents that are out there each and every day protecting this country.
Expand on your situational awareness for me, and also give us your take on Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly's outline for border patrolling success.
Sure. So let me start with the second. I completely agree with Secretary Kelly, and then certainly Commissioner McElhaney, and have it right as it relates to a combination of many things, to include physical structures, whether it's a wall, whether it's a fence, vehicle barriers, technologies, both in the air and subterranean. It is a mixture of that. President Trump in 25 January put out an executive order, and one of those executive orders stated as the end state to achieve the department, that is, and ostensibly U.S. Customs and Border Protection as a primary agency for border security missions and deployments, is to achieve what he is calling complete operational control. Having situational awareness and knowing what's in the environment, daytime and nighttime, and being able to understand information as it comes in from a variety of feeders is really important to be able to understand where to deploy and where not to deploy as it relates to reducing risk along the border. So the end state, as described in the executive order, is complete operational control. First identified in the 2006 Secure Fence Act, and with additional enhancements both in terms of technology, personnel, and with vehicle barriers and walls, which are part of that equation, it gets the U.S. government, and in particular the department, towards achieving those goals.
So then, Mike, getting back to President Trump, do you think that he'll listen to the requirements that you just laid out, or do you feel the president is fenced in by trying to deliver a campaign promise and a rally cheer?
I feel very comfortable that the men and women within the department and within U.S. Customs and Border Protection are briefing the executive branch, and those career men and women have been doing this for a long period of time. They understand the border environment. They understand what the requirements are. They understand how to reduce risk. So I've got full confidence in the administration's ability to achieve that border security, which for many decades has been somewhat elusive.
Okay. Former Border Patrol Chief Mike Fisher, thank you so much for your expertise.